If you use a brush, it can make it look even more sheer than it already is. Like, it's already like not high coverage, and your girl wants to cover up a lot of things, a lot of secrets, a lot of sins. Your girl needs to cover them all. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do something really fun and something I never thought that I would be able to do, like for a video. And we are going to look at and try on and review a few things that I picked up in New York. So these are makeup items that you can really only find in New York because they are, what do you call this? Online makeup items, and they only happen to have physical stores in a few places, I believe, just in New York and Los Angeles. So these things are really hard to find physically, and you can only get them if you're willing to pay for shipping. So today we are looking at two products each from Glossier and The Ordinary, and I'm so ready to just get on this train. Let's move on to the video. So as you can tell, I have nothing on my face because the first thing that we're trying on is skincare. Now, one thing that I've talked about before in my skin routine, if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link down below, is hyaluronic acid. Now, my face has been living on, breathing off hyaluronic acid, and I felt like The Ordinary is one of those like brands that have been talked about a lot. It gave me the impression that it was like this serum-y skincare looking, I don't know, like, here's the packaging. I'll show you guys the packaging and you guys can decide for yourself what kind of vibe it evokes. I feel like it evokes a more like trustworthy vibe when it comes to skincare. So I picked up the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5. Again, it looks very serum-y, looks like something that dermatologists would approve, and here is where packaging matters. But I believe that it's not just that. See, it says clinical formulations with integrity, so it is a clinical formula. It is pure and vegan, so if you guys care about that, which I feel like we all should at some extent care about whether our makeup products are vegan and not harming the environment, because Lord knows how much the meat already is and I'm guilty of that. So at least try a little bit saving the environment when it comes to makeup. So it comes in like a little dropper, and I just put like a little bit because this thing, she spreads. Oh, it's so nice. It feels almost silicone-like on the skin. I'm gonna put a little more because I've been a little extra dry. Here in New Jersey, the weather has been fluctuating and my skin has not been enjoying it. Like, pick one. Either it's gonna be hot or it's gonna be cold. Pick one. I thought that you guys should know a little bit about hyaluronic acid. I am no expert. I don't know like the chemical structure of hyaluronic acid, but I do know that it is naturally occurring to the body, and I did some research in the past, and it's supposed to be one of the things that keeps your skin moisturized. Oh no, sorry, moisturized or hydrated? Hydrated. It's literally been a lifesaver for me because I use a water-based moisturizer, and then on top of that I put hyaluronic acid, and that's because my skin is a desert. It is a desert. It is dry. It is cracking. It is disgusting. So it's only been a few minutes, not even a minute I think, and my skin is already very soft and supple. There is no wetness. There's like a little bit of tackiness, a little bit of stickiness, but it literally has been absorbed by my skin, and that's what you want. You don't want your hydrator or your moisturizer sitting on top of your skin, because then you know that it's literally not doing anything except maybe making you look a little shiny. The next thing I have is also from The Ordinary. So this is the second thing I got from The Ordinary. By the way, the This one retails for like $6 or $7. I'll leave the price right here. Really cheap, really worth your money. It's just a little pricier if you're gonna buy it like online because there's shipping. So the next thing I have is the Ordinary colors. Now they have two kinds of foundation. I think the other one is called Natural. This one I got is the Coverage foundation. Now I know that the Ordinary is not a makeup company. It is more like a skincare company. So when I was debating, because I'm not a full coverage girl, but I was thinking like one of them is literally gonna be like tinted moisturizer, and I feel like Coverage foundation for a skincare company wouldn't be exactly high coverage. I was right. It is like a medium coverage, which is what you would expect from a skincare company when they say high coverage. It's just a thing, you know. I got the shade 1.2N Light Neutral, which is what the girl tested on my neck and recommended. It's locked. Look at that. It's locked. And if you twist it, now it's unlocked. Like, do you see that? That's not high coverage, but it's good enough coverage. Like, I don't mind that. That's like medium coverage. Now, I prefer using a sponge over a brush when applying this. If you use a brush, it can make it look even more sheer than it already is. Like, it's already like not high coverage. And your girl wants to cover up a lot of things. A lot of secrets, a lot of sins. Your girl needs to cover them all. And when I mean sins, like to all my Christian friends and family out there who might be watching this, I just mean like sleeping late, you know? Sins that will show up on your skin, not like sins. In that case, I'd be covering it up with something entirely different. Sleeping with my makeup on. And getting little breakouts because of that. That I am totally guilty for. This foundation is something that I definitely like. Like, you can barely tell that there's makeup there. It literally looks like skin. And I say this, I feel like, about every single foundation that I've tried on this channel. But when I mean that this looks like skin, I mean it in so many ways. Like, first, it looks like my skin tone. It almost looks like there's nothing sitting on my skin. Like, I put the filter on my face and it just goes with me wherever I go. That's what it looks like to me. It's definitely like a matte-ish formula. The only reason why it's skin-like is because it's not full coverage, but then the formula itself is matte. It almost feels a little powdery, and I was very concerned about that during the first time I put it on, but it doesn't cake, it doesn't turn powdery, it's safe. If you put powder on top of it, it doesn't like make it worse, or again, doesn't make it look crusty or whatever. Alright, so I went off camera, put on some concealer, and I put on some powder, which is setting right now. It's like a semi-bake because I don't want to go full-on bake since I'm just gonna be streaming after this. By the way, your girl streams on Twitch if you play old school RuneScape. I'm your girl. Now we're gonna move on to one of my favorite parts, and this is brows. And I'm so excited to make this public service announcement that I am using Glossier Boy Brow. Now, usually I use this on top of like a penciled brow because look at my brows, all right? Look at those sparse areas. So I feel like you can only really use this on its own if you already have nicely shaped brows on the get-go. But you girls like me who barely have any brow hairs or have missing brow hairs, or whose skin refuse to create brow hairs where you need it, kind of needs some filling in. So I'm gonna grab my Maybelline Dual Fashion Brow, and I'm just gonna fill in the sparse areas that I feel need some attention before putting on my Glossier Boy Brow. But I want to show you guys the full extent and power of the boy brow, so I'm not gonna like do a lot of penciling in, just a little bit. Here are my brows without the boy brow. So in Glossier, I was not supposed to get this. So we went to Glossier because the boy promised to get me this Glossier blush. I'm gonna show you guys that in a second, for a late Christmas gift, or was it birthday gift? Not sure. Not sure. But while I was there, I saw this and everyone talks about the boy brow. Everyone is using the boy brow on Instagram for some reason. I thought, what the heck? I'm gonna grab it with my own money. This better work out. I got the color black instead of dark brown because I want my brows to be bold. The girl actually warned me. She was like, I think dark brown might suit you a little better. And I was like, I want black. Let's grab this and really just very lightly go through the strands of my brows in an upward motion. You already see a huge difference between where I place the brow gel and where it's not there. And the great thing about this is that one of the problems I've had is I felt like my brows like disappear throughout the day. But with this brow gel, it keeps it in place like the whole day. Like my blush could fade, my lipstick is gone, parts of my foundation is gone, and my brows for 12-16 hours are crazy on point. And that, my friends, is when you know that a product is good. I know, none of us thought that it would get this far. It's just, I picked up a yellow transition shade, and then I picked up a yellow, and then I picked up an orange, and then it just kept going and going, and now this is what we have. I just pray and hope that the blush will look good with this, because if not, I'm gonna cry. Why does it not look as good on camera as it does in person? Why? The last thing that I'm trying out for you guys is the Glossier, what is this? What do you call this? Cloud Paint? Cloud Paint blush? Something like that? Yes, Cloud Paint Seamless Cheek Color in the shade Puff. And I chose the shade Puff because I am vanilla, I am safe, and I'm not ready to let someone spend $20 on a color that I'm not sure if I'm gonna wear. So I chose pink. So I love this because just a teeny tiny amount, like just that, like just this, can make such a huge difference. And I hope it picks up on camera because we all know what lights are like and cameras and stuff. So I just pat them. Do you see? There we go. You see it a little bit, right? But of course I'm gonna add more. I just start with a really small amount because I don't want to end up regretting or wasting product because she's expensive for blush. So if you want something really natural, since it is like a cream or a liquid blush, this is perfect for you. But again, natural does not pick up on camera as well as it does like on my mirror. So we're gonna add a little more for the sake of showing you guys just how good this blush is. I'm also not wearing any bronzer, so you guys can see the full effect of this blush. Now what I like about the color Puff is that it's cool toned. So I wear a lot of warm tones, and just having a cool toned blush makes me look normal and not like an Oompa Loompa. So I needed like a cool toned blush. Also, it brings out some lightness to the face, like some luminosity. I feel like that's the word, right? It brings some kind of luminosity to the face, which I really like. This blush is amazing. It's so easy to put on. It's so easy to blend. I absolutely love it. And if I could pick up every single color, I think I would. I think I'd be that girl with like a Cloud Paint collection. If I had the money. If I had the money. I really enjoyed the makeup that I got from New York. I feel like if I went back to either Glossier or The Ordinary, I would, knowing what I know now, I would buy the entire store. I would. Okay, so maybe that's true for The Ordinary, but the thing about Glossier is that not all of their products are really like calling out to me, just because they are a more like natural makeup kind of company, which is good. I love natural makeup, but I can get natural makeup for a lot cheaper with like Wet n Wild or Maybelline or whatever. But unique items like the brow gel or the Cloud Paint are the ones that will be the death of me. So I really love this look. I enjoy it. I don't regret going orange. Let me know what you think about these products, how they've treated you, how you treat them, how do they work for you. I'd love to know down in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe for more interesting content. Mainly I do beauty, but I do plan on doing some sketches in the future, some book clubs, some styling, some thrifting hauls. I just want to be a fun variety type of channel. I'm doing this now because it's the most accessible kind of content to make, but I promise your girl will be dishing out all the fun reviews on red carpet fashion or whatever in the future. If you want to follow my social media, I have a Twitter, an Instagram, I just touched my chin, like an Instagram, and a Twitch because your girl streams. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!